Good morning, everyone, and Happy New Year. Lynsey and Antoinette here, going live. We will have the usual malarkey of how will Lynsey show up, how do we manage to log in together, but I am assured that she's on her way, so bear with. In today's live, just while I'm waiting for Lynsey, we're going to be looking at vision boards a little bit because we've got a rather nifty vision board page going on in our planner. In fact, let me see if I can find it for you. So here is our planner 2023. Anyone that saw post yesterday, both Lynsey and I are up and running in it, very excited. But one of the sections is about vision boarding, and then what resources do you need for that? So we're going to be going through and asking each other a couple of questions because actually it's been a long time since Lynsey and I have managed to sit down and chat together. Morning, can see Lynsey on. So yes, hang on a second. Here we go. We have a good old chinwag. Lynsey's off in for Christmas, and we usually manage to meet up for a bit of a champagne catch up and a bit of a what's going on in your life, but we didn't manage that this year, what with flu and COVID and just general busyness. So you're going to be watching live on camera what we typically would do at the beginning of a new year with each other. Morning. Yes, so just waiting for Lynsey to come on. So she's coming. Bear with. But while I'm waiting, for those of you that are watching live, and actually if you're watching in replay as well, say hashtag replay, and then answer this question. How do you approach a new year? Are you one for resolutions? In quite a few of the communities that I'm part of, people are coming out with their word for the year or their phrase for the year. So yes, is that what you do? Do you have a mood board, or what goes on for you? Sorry, bear with me, trying again. What goes on for you as you kind of come into a new year? Hey, here she is. Hello.
Oh, how we doing?
Morning. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year!
Yeah.
See, we're not quite down with the decks yet. We will.
Brilliant. I was just explaining that it's been an odd one because normally you and I would have had a chat or met up and just talked about what's going on for the year coming up, but we just haven't managed that. So they're going to get this live today as we go.
And potentially children here because I have 3. Here we go. And potentially.
How are you?
Do not go back until the 9th.
There's
and another one there.
Oh yes. Morning.
So unfortunately we have World War III happening with my 2 littlies here and another one upstairs. So Mummy is doing the ultimate juggle. Our first day back into work today and also trying to do this. So and yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so they are off to Grandma. Wonderful. But today is a juggle day. So yes. But you guys, this is going to be
Happy New
Year. There we go.
Happy New Year, sweetie pie. Good to see you. Loving the Spider-Man costume.
Go and get yourself ready. Off you go. Go. Not in here. There we go. Apologies. Out. Thank you.
Yes, like to see them there. Welcome to Harrison, Minimus and Maximus.
And this one's my cheeky one. Henry, close the door, please. Close the door, please. Right. I think we may be okay for about 5 minutes.
Right. Let's do what we can. Let's launch straight in. So what I thought we'd do, I've shown everybody like the pages in the planner that we're going to be working from today. And I thought, it's like completely unscripted and maybe with not enough brain space between us, let's just see if we can tag team and ask each other, each of these sections, like what have you got going on for you this year? What are your hopes for that area? And then talk a little bit about what resources we might need for maybe one of those things. That's like our top thing.
Sounds good to me. Sounds brilliant. Okay.
So I'll kick off with the first big box, which is health. Yeah. And just whether, for you, is there something major in terms of health that you are punting out for this year?
I think so, and I think over Christmas, this is the key thing that has been at the forefront of all of my thinking. So it's interesting when you have that time to breathe a little bit, how it percolates to the top, what's important. So health for me, and making sure self-care is kind of at the top of that list. So in health for me, definitely I want to resume my running. So I have found a jogging group basically on a Monday at 6 p.m. called the Dronfield Diamonds. So I'm going to go and join that. It's just a 5K, which I don't think I'll be able to do at the moment, but we can walk, we can jog, we can chat.
Right.
Something actually really scheduled in my diary that can kick off my week after having a sit down Monday working day.
Yeah.
So that's definitely one of the things. And then I'm going to try and figure out another couple of things as well. But that is definitely one of my no-fail goals for my health for 2020.
I love that, and we'll be holding you to account on that. I think.
No, yeah. So, go on.
Oh, is there anything else in your health?
At the moment, no, just that. And I think intensity. I think intensity is something both Antoinette and I work on quite, it's a key part of who we are. We like the drive, we like the buzz and everything else, but that balancing that with our health and, physical and mental health, both of those get quite stretched when you're working in that way and that's your default. So I think trying to rein that back a little bit more, it is another key part of health for me.
Oh, well, that dovetails nicely into my top one. So one of the things I did last night was just try and figure out how many hours in the week do I sensibly have for like the 5 responsibility areas that I've got. So just helpers, entrepreneurs, justly, and then the whole mentoring gig, as well as responsibilities of church. Yeah. And so I have carved out, like, I want over the week to have X number of hours for this, X number of hours for that, and to really try and stick to that, because I was just burning the candle at every end towards the end of the year, and that's not sustainable. So that's one of my big things, to really be disciplined about what time I give to which venture, so that I've got enough time to rest and play. And then weight is my big thing. So I started intermittent fasting towards the tail end of last year, and I'm finding that I'm really enjoying that. That's really working well for me. So I want to dig into that. It's quite telling over Christmas, where I relaxed my fasting schedule and my eating schedule, and I just did not feel good for any of it. So kind of back on that, and what I like about it is that it's quite gentle, it's flexible, it fits my kind of routine and regime. So weight loss, and I will be naming that number to you and Lizzie privately, but that's one of the accountability things that I had with you guys when I meet you next, and I'm doing well on that first marker, but quite a few more to go. So one of our boxes is love, which might seem a bit weird, but actually we're in danger as women in senior leadership of really neglecting the sort of other more fluffy areas. I say fluffy in inverted commas because that's just quite important. So I don't want to define what love means to anybody, any of us out there, but in terms of love, what's on your agenda?
I think this is again something that's percolated over Christmas, because again something similarly we both have is that we are lovers. We love everybody. A key part of who we are is giving, and I know particularly within my friendship group and within people in general in my life, the last 2 or 3 years with lockdowns and everything else that's gone on, everybody has been very much in kind of crisis mode. And I give a lot, and I enjoy doing that, and that's part of who I am. But again, it's kind of that balance. How much can you give to other people, also to you, as well as maintaining you? So I think that is something. So love, yes, is still a key part of me, but I think again that self-care, I think the love has got to come back to me. I've got to love me the most and my key people will know that that's important for me to be able to thrive, and then I can support them, but within a relatively limited thing, you know, but still supporting my key people, and key people energize me as well, and maybe letting some of those people who don't energize and don't support back make that little stretch away. So yeah, I don't know, as you can see from my board this morning, there is nothing written in it, so this is all just completely top of mind for me. Oh, Antoinette is also like that. I know Antoinette had a big planning day yesterday, and I was not. I was there yeah, doing bike rides and other stuff like that. So but yeah, this is all, yeah, which is important to do last day before the juggle starts. But yeah, I think that's love for me, is loving me, and then loving key people in my life that, yeah, energize and give back. Big one, ouch.
Fabulous, fabulous. I think, yeah, so true. And again, something that we often neglect as women, as business owners, as women in leadership. So absolutely. And I think if you're a giving person, I've got this book that I read, which is Working from a Place of Rest, but I think it's the same, loving from a place of abundance. Unless you've got it, you can't give out. So love that. I think for me, so love doesn't always mean this, but I think I've had words with myself over Christmas about romantic love, actually. And I, you know, Lynsey will know this is something I struggle with, the whole feeling unlovable and unworthy and all of those things, and not feeling confident about putting myself out there in the world. So again, Lizzie and Lynsey made me do a really bold thing last year, and it didn't pay off, but actually it's kind of opened a little gate. And I think I just want to say to the world at large, you know, I am ready for romantic love, and I want to explore that a bit more this year. And with that comes a whole load of things, like how I present myself, how I feel about myself, how one of the things that I love about Lynsey is her innate confidence and her innate self-worth. You know, I know that it fluctuates and waxes and wanes, but actually it's one of your strong features and always has been since I've met you. You know who you are and you know what you're worth. And I learn a lot from you in that, and that's just definitely something I need to dig deeper into. It's definitely one of your pep talks that you'll regularly give me anyway, but I need to embody more of that. So yeah, I'm just saying it all. You heard it here first, guys. I am up for romantic love this year and want to make smart choices with smart men that are worthy of me. That's where I'm at.
Absolutely exciting, fantastic. Yeah, and here for the ups and downs and everything else that goes into that. So well done you. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, a little reflection on me that I don't know. It's always funny, even after all these years, hearing how you think of me and then what that inner monologue is as well. You know, this is something that is, yeah, very, very different. Yarka is saying here that she's been doing some intermittent fasting since the summer, and she's found it simple and easy to follow, so she's really loved that. And her word for the year is health as well. So I think health is a big thing coming through, definitely from us three ladies this morning. If anybody else is watching, let us know. And then later on, if you're just watching this back, let us know what your drivers are for this year, without a doubt. Yeah. So should we move on to the next one, Antoinette?
Yeah.
So should we do family?
Yeah. Should I kick off?
Yeah, go for it.
So family is always a complex thing for me. I'm such a varied background, a child of care, so I've got 3 families: blood family, foster family, step family, the whole shebang. I want to be really intentional with my family. There's definitely some past hurts that I want to look at, but also it goes back to a bit about what you were saying about friendships, Lynsey, and love. I want to make sure that I'm showing up in family spaces as myself authentically, that I am not being a doormat in family situations, which I tend to be, not in any other situation in my life, but family, yes. And to forgive, yes, to forget to a degree, yes, but actually not to go back to where maybe more toxic situations were. So eliminating the toxicity, that's where I'm at with family this year. Yeah. And actually really investing in the people that I call family, who may not be blood, and really just understanding that that's where my love and my sustenance and my support comes from.
Love that, love that. And again, I think we've all got journeys and pasts and histories and everything else.
Oh, she's gone. She's right in the swing of things. Let me try again. Bear with us. So we're just working our way through our vision board section in our planner, and we've got to the section of family. So just waiting for Lynsey to come back. Yarka, really good to see you. I've been enjoying your 100-day postings, and all that you've been exploring over the last 100 days. So Yarka had set herself a challenge to go live for 100 days, and just her reflections on various things going through. So that's been really interesting watching you do that. Sorry, Lynsey, I don't know why I can't accept you in. Try again. I'm doing all the things, I'm pressing all the buttons. Do bear with us, everyone. And just while we're waiting, so if you've just joined it now in replay, we're asking you how do you kick off a new year? Do you have set words? Here we go. Do you have set words? Do you have phrases? Do you have vision boards? Like, what happens for you? Are you a big believer in a new year, or actually, you know, do you just seamlessly move from one year to another? What does it look like for you? Hello. Welcome back.
I don't want to return to watching. Go away.
Oh, you're welcome, Yarka. And yeah, sorry, I probably should have commented in the last 100 days. Lynsey, you've frozen a little at my end.
Hang on a minute. I've got.
Oh, you're welcome, Yarka. Yeah, as well. Lynsey, you've frozen a little.
Okay, one second. Hang on a minute. I've got.
Oh, you're welcome, Yarka. Yeah, I think maybe if you leave and come back again.
Hang on a minute.
Charm. Okay. Right, I'm going to try again. Let's see how she shows up. So yes, let us know in the comments what New Year looks like for you. We're working our way through our vision boards and some of the questions that we would typically ask each other. So we built this with the conversations that we generally have. And actually it's really interesting. So both of us have confessed that we haven't done the writing, but this is what always happens during that Christmas break. We always do the thinking, and then we would typically have like a coffee conversation on one of our sofas or in a pub or on a Zoom. So we formalized it in this document. So what you're getting is the raw, unabridged conversation of what would normally happen between Lynsey and I. Feel free to join in. If anything resonates with you, let us know. We were talking about family. I'm going to go on and talk about spirituality, and then Lynsey can catch up when she comes back in. So spirituality is a big thing for me as a Christian, but actually in general it could be more broader if a particular faith is not something you subscribe to. I think that in my opinion we're all spiritual beings that, you know, I think many of us acknowledge, oh dear, here we go. Many of us acknowledge that there's something other or bigger than us. Hello.
Fun and games in 2023. Burger's not ironed out all of his kinks and everything else, obviously, over the new year. Continue with spirituality, my lovely. Sorry about that.
Yeah, so I think my big aim, so I thought I said that you'd catch up on family spirituality when you pop on. My big aim this year is to make time every day, preferably in the morning when my eyes pop open, to just, for me, it would be praying, meditating, on a Bible or other books or thoughts, just but creating a quiet space where I can just focus and center and kind of center in and center up for the day. I've gotten into a really bad habit of my eyes opening and being straight into emails or straight onto Facebook. So I want to eliminate that and just carve out at least 30 minutes at the beginning of each day, and actually a reflection zone for about 10 minutes in the night as I lay down to sleep as well, so that my brain also, I haven't seen a screen as my last thing before I sleep. So that's me. Family, spirituality, where are you at?
So family for me, it's just so busy. I think that's the key thing. Family just is busy for me. So I think it's about enjoying the children. I think even more at the moment I look at them and they just have changed so much in the last year. And I do an annual photo book every year. So, and the kids like them as bedtime stories. So to look at the one where Emily was born, in 2019, and so they really enjoy that, and it's to see my little boys who you saw earlier on, who are now turning into bigger boys. So I think it's about spending time. They have different needs at different stages of their lives, and trying to give that time to them to hear them, which is so important. So I think that's family. I think the other thing is my mum as well. Mum does a lot to support me with my children to enable me to have the career that I have, and making sure again I carve out that quality time with her to make sure we have fun and not just talk about schedules and washing and other things like that and chores. So I think they're my two big ones. Possibly my dad as well. People who know me, that's been a turbulent time with my father, but he is inviting us in the summer to do something there, and that could be a real big opportunity to maybe iron some things out there. But yeah, also managing expectations in terms of that as well. So, that's all part of the same kit-caboodle. My spirituality for me, here we go, here's Spider-Man again.
I love.
Spirituality, I suppose, is, I am not a practice. Stop, please. You either sit there and you are quiet, or you live. Sorry, mummy teacher mode back in. So yeah, spirituality for me, I'm not particularly spiritual, but again, I think similar to Antoinette, really the days are intense, the days are packed. So therefore, having that, put the phone away, especially within social media and my life, putting it away in a drawer and being present is really important. And also taking those breaks to walk, to think, to breathe, to be with nature, and rebalance is really going to be important for me as well. And kind of, over this next week, that's the first thing I want to really do, is to kind of schedule that in and try and put a bit of a routine in that. So, I'm not just trying to lever it in somewhere, it is part of the plan for my week. So that's my thing really with those ones, with health, family and spirituality.
I know, just to challenge you, one of the things that you did regularly, but I think you managed at least 2, if not 3 last year, was you have a really lovely friend that you kind of go mountain walking with, or away for a spa weekend, and just seeing the difference in you after those, but particularly the one where you climbed a mountain, the 2 of you. I think you really do regroup when you're on the top of a mountain or deep down in the ocean. Those are spiritual moments for you, if you like. So I'm quite excited that you are going to get a bit more conscious about creating those spaces. Hi, Rachel.
So. Morning, Rach. And it is, I think, those adventures are a key part of me and my personality, and what does energize me and drive me through for the next challenges or whatever's coming. And then it's the balance between the family, the finances and everything, to be able to do those in that time away. But without a doubt, that is really, really important. And even just that one day away, one night away with the lovely Anna, is really important in terms of trying to keep me balanced. And she's one of my biggest praises, like Antoinette, but also the one that also actually No, are you sure? And all those kind of important questions. It's really important to do that. So so that was vision board for our health, love, family and spirituality. And then of course we do have the next page. Should we save that for next week, do you think, or what do you want to do?
Actually, I kind of want to throw it all, because we're going to throw all these resources out to everybody this week. So if we can, if we whiz through the next 3 and just try and keep maybe 1 bullet point each, keep it punchy. But because then we could maybe unpack it with people next week if they've managed to download the resources or use them. And just sort of going back, one of the really great resources that you made for us, you and I, last year, or you initially, and I was like, can I have it? Was a holiday planner, which is so much more, because it's also talking about what are the different types of breaks that you need, and how do you kind of organize your thinking around that. And I wonder if people would like that, can you indicate that on the live, and then we can look at how we get that to you, or whether we drop it in as a resource, or whether it's a newsletter thing. You know, if you read one of our newsletters, we'll talk about breaks and upload it as part of that as well. But let us know if you're interested in that, because it really shaped my year last year. So yeah, it's helpful. Sorry, I interrupted you.
Yeah, and you know, reflecting really this time last year, you know, I was on my knees to a certain extent, and coming into 2023, it's a different story. And a key part of that has been this planning of self-care time and holidays and other bits and bobs after coming out of lockdown. So one of the key things for me was solocations, a bit of an awful word, but we will play on it anyway. So, you know, I need time to be on my own. I need time where I've got no children asking anything of me, no lovely husband, no friends, no business, no nothing. And then I can just do whatever I'm required to do in that period of time to do that. Plus the family holidays, which are wonderful but exhausting. Plus the things you do that energize you, you know, and the other wonderful things that you do in the date nights and the weekends or whatever else. Or in Antoinette's, like the Christian retreats and other bits and bobs. We all need key things in our lives to do that. And again, I say this being mindful that we are very lucky. We are, you know, we are fortunate to be able to have these things. But again, we work very hard. We have earned this good fortune. So, and it's really important to balance that out with that little bit of guilt sometimes. But actually, no, you know, work hard, play hard. That's what it's all about. So, yeah, but no, I think, yeah, definitely. If you would like that, you know, it's color coded, it's beautiful, it's in a spreadsheet, it's wonderful. So if you'd like that, then let us know in the comments below, and then we can get our holiday tracker out to you somewhere. Oh, lovely here. So yeah, I haven't done a business strategy, but I have a self-care plan, which is first. It's lovely listening to you two. Good morning.
Good morning, Yaka.
Good morning.
Oh, we're really impressed with this self-care plan, Yaka. Do share in the comments later, or put a post into the tribe about what your self-care plan looks like if it's a resource that people might be stimulated by. Drop elements of it in so people can craft their own similar to yours. We'd love to hear about that. And actually, Yaka, this kind of leads quite nicely on. So Yaka is an accountant and helps small businesses kind of manage their money, finances, tax returns, all those kind of things. So our next section is about wealth and business investment. And I know, like, I think I know Lynsey well enough to say on behalf of us both, but our eyes are a bit glazed, and yeah. So one small thing, Lynsey.
Oh, so wealth and business. So to be honest, I'm going to go with a positive. 2022 was a positive year in moving that forward for me. Numbers, I hate it. I'm a people person. So, you know, numbers, and I know it's so important in running a business, but end of the day, if I'm, but anyway, so for me, I have a new accountant. Sorry, Yaka, if I know you're accountant, maybe that want to come this way. Who is leading kind of a coaching within that role. So I think this time next year, I will be in a lot more of a informed situation to be able to know about my business investments, my planning, my forecasting and everything else, even though I've come on leaps and bounds in 2022. So that's my key thing there. Yes, So lots of plans and targets in my head in terms of how that's going to be. But yeah, really get into the nuts and bolts of profit, loss, nets, all those horrible terms that I don't particularly like, and doing all that. That's me for business.
Nice. Mine is a scary word. I need to get to grips with my pension and actually overinvest. Good morning, Emily. Hello, lovely. I need to get to grips with quite aggressively building my pension pot. With all that happened with cost of living and business downturn last year, which was frightening, my pension payments was one of the things that I stopped. And so I need to prioritise that, particularly as a business owner, because it can be written off as part of your business. So it's a tax deductible. Correct me if I'm wrong, Yaka, but that's what I've been told. So yes, you can make a direct payment from your business profits into a investment account, and it doesn't have to go through your what's the normal tax that we have to pay as employees. That anyway. So yeah, that's mine. Moving on. Career. Oh, we've got everyone. Hello. We're nearly there, Lynn. Can you manage?
For some companies out there, this will be normal. Stop. No, please. I told you. Out you go. Sorry. So yeah, career for me. Oh, I really do feel very excited for 2023. I really do. I think this is going to be a pivotal year for Fit for Social. 2022, just in that 6 months of investment and refocus was pretty big. So, and I feel as though I've got the key people around me to try and help with building this into something that I'm already proud of it, but you know, I think working with B Corps and things like that, which really does also resonate with what I've been doing with Antoinette for the past 5 years. So yeah, I'm really excited about that, and I've got supportive women, so when my imposter syndrome rises up, I can push it back down again or hear it and hear those positive messages coming back. So career for me, as I say, there are financial goals and targets for me personally and also for within the business. Yeah, and I'm really excited to share those with Antoinette and Lynsey when we have our retreat and our catch-up time to try and work that out. So yeah, so that's me for career, really. Yaka.
So you're getting some really great tips from Yaka in terms of accounting. People do read the comments. For me, I think it's that real discovery that I just love the mentoring and coaching. So in our live just before Christmas, I just found out that I've got a free place on a level 7 ILM course for coaching and mentoring. So I think it's carving out time to really enjoy that piece of studying. It's going to take the best part of this year. It's why I've got to be structured about what I can give to each part, and really building like that part of me that is already happening, is already out there, but you know, not wasting this opportunity. So that's my big growth thing.
Woo-hoo! And I'm so excited for this. This is the core essence of who you are.
Yeah.
Really is. So yeah, onwards and upwards with that. But again, it's keeping it all in check and in balance to be able to manage it all. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then the last one on our vision board. Shh. No, we're not talking about that now. Shh, Emily. So is knowledge and self-education. Ooh. Knowledge and self-education. I don't know. I've not thought about this one yet. What about you? Have you got?
Again, well, I think actually the coaching thing ticks a lot of that box for me in terms of pushing myself forward. It's one of the challenges that my coach James always sets to me, like, what new thing have you learned or researched this year, this week, this month? All of the great business leaders will read a book a week or a book a month or a podcast or a something. So I guess for me, I want to do a lot more understanding about people, about coaching, but also just making time in some of the kind of solo locations, if you like, to really keep understanding who am I and how do I tick, and maybe what self-help books, etc., do I need. Bye, Yucca, have a great day. So that, yeah, so it's a bit woollier, but it's woolly because we rarely give enough time to this area.
I think for me, talking this through and thinking this with you, I think, you know, I don't have time to read at the moment. It's something that doesn't quite happen for me, but podcast is something that is accessible and I could be doing. So I know Hannah, also in our tribe, listens to quite a lot of podcasts. So if there are any ones out there that are really good in terms of, you know, just business help or self-care or that juggle, all that kind of stuff, I would really like to kind of get some of those resources, get some of that plugged into my ears and do that. And then I suppose my other knowledge and self-education, as Antoinette already knows, you know, a big changing point for me was joining a BNI group, which has been fantastic in the past 6 months. And there's potential leadership opportunities within there, which I'm struggling with at the moment, not because, well, yeah, there is a little bit of kind of, can I do this? Am I okay to do this? You know, which I think I would be. It is about
balance.
Can
I pause you? Because Lynsey, having only been in the BNI for 2 minutes, of course, they want her to run the whole shebang. So this is something that she's discussing with us as an accountability group and her family. Should she do it at this venture? Can she do it? Yeah, right, heck yes. But should she do it is the other question. Sorry.
Yes. So, and again, I think that would be something that is brilliant for my education, my development, the profile of my business, all of those things, but it does come down to kind of logistics and time. So I think what you've done, Antoinette, in terms of looking at your week, looking at the amount of hours and everything else you have available, yeah, I need to do that exercise and report back, I think, in terms of that. Yeah, and make a call by the end of this week because it's hanging over me. I need to say yes or no. And I'll be seeing the lovely BNI Dynamics on Thursday, so I'm excited to see those guys. It's a lovely face-to-face year, so that will be good. Yeah, so there we are.
And so generally, when Lynsey and I have had this conversation, then we look at each other and we say, that's all very well and good. That's a lot of things that you've just talked about in that 1 hour, 2 hours, 5 hours, whatever it was. Let's try and get realistic. So, you know, what's going to be smart in all of this? What's your top priority? And I think we haven't got time to go through it. Maybe that's what we could look at next week. But then we would ask each other sort of these 5 questions, really, for each of these things. What do you need to make them happen? Therefore, is it a now thing? Is it a next quarter thing? Is it actually a next year thing? Because, you know, you may not have the resources in place. We've listed 5 resources, or 4 key resources, but you may have others. And again, we'd love to hear from you because we're always wanting to refine this planner, refine our ideas. But our 4 key ones are money, which a lot of these things need. Lynsey mentioned that about vacations and things. People, that was one of our big revelations last year, wasn't it? That actually, which is why we've created Entrepreneur. But again, you heard Lynsey mention her mum, for example. So there's, you know, what people do you need to facilitate you? What time do you need, actually? And that's a big one. And what space, whether it's a physical space or a mental space, or what space do you need? And actually, what other sort of random things might be in there that you might need? It might be an endorsement or a qualification or a sponsorship or investment. There might be other things like that that you need. So have a think about that as well. We will be, so tomorrow, Wellbeing Wednesday, we will drop these pages onto the Tribe Facebook group. And we'll also, if you're subscribing to our newsletter, we'll attach them this week so that you can download them. But you'll only get that if you've already subscribed. If you really, really do want them, reach out to us. We can send them to you as well. But the very best thing, of course, would be to order a planner because it's all in there. So it's not too late. How many planners are we down to? I think I said 6 last night. So they're going.
But, you know, Tom the printer is there to do more if we want more, without a doubt.
Okay.
But yeah, I absolutely loved opening mine this morning, and I have started with my my weekly goal planner here. I'd already done it in the, as I say, the prototype, and it's already starting to fill up here. We've got the pink line down here to say still in children mode, driving me nuts. And I've already done my no-fail goal. So we are there.
Nice.
Yes, I'm loving using a new planner. Yes.
Yeah.
No.
So you can order your very own, and then it's all here in a nice ring binder that can come with you, and it's not bits of paper on the internet and, you know, downloaded. But we will, as I said, we'll drop some of those resources in, but equally, order your planner now. You could get it by the end of this week, potentially, said she, stressing Lynsey out.
That's fine. But yeah, specialist pages in the back for project management. We've got social media bits and bobs. We've got self-day, 30-day self-care challenge, workout planners, meal planners, gratitudes, travel. Oh, there's just so much in there. We have taken everything that we wanted in all of the different planners we have used over the past decade and popped them in here. So yeah, it's something that's, I'm just so excited. I'm just using it all the time. Oh, there, and put that there, and put that there, and it's all in one.
Yeah, lovely. Oh, so I hope your juggle goes well today, this week.
Yeah.
Hello. I saw him creeping.
Emily's
I hope that works out.
Apparently, so yes, I need to go and lock my children in a room. No, I'm joking. And then I've got a meeting at 11, which cannot be disturbed, unlike this one that has been a bit.
Okay.
But yeah, I hope you guys found it a little bit entertaining. But that's life. This is it. This is how we roll sometimes, definitely. So it's real.
Yeah.
Right, it's been lovely to see your beautiful face this morning. Safe journey up the country. And yeah, I will be in touch the rest of this week while we plan 2023 for entrepreneurs. Exciting stuff. Definitely.
Nice.
Right.
And yeah, watch this space. I'm going to pop into the Belfry today, just so that we can have a little walk through recce. So I might do a little live while I'm there. We'll see, or I might not. We'll see.
See how it goes.
But yeah,
definitely. And please do watch. People are eating chocolate cake. Okay.
Oh, I will. I'll let you know, Emily. I'll let you know.
So yes, if you are watching this, I know it's been a bit of a long one, but we hope you enjoy it. It gives you some food for thought. And hashtag replay if you have watched it, and we will see you next week or before, probably. We'll see how we go. All right.
See you later. Have a great day. Bye.